When I think of This Is My Brave, I think of an amazing group of people who are courageous, who are bold, who are brave, who stand in their truth, who are authentic in every way possible.
I first got involved with This Is My Brave in 2013 when Jen Marshall asked me to go to coffee with her and discuss this idea that she had, and it was a pipe dream at the time. And I was all in as soon as she explained it to me.
We went from one city to over 50 shows in 5 years, and over 700 people have shared their stories on our stages. It's just been amazing.
Jen wanted to give a platform to individuals with mental illness to discuss their mental illness freely and openly and not be ashamed and be proud of our diagnoses. And I thought it was a great idea, and I was very proud to be involved in the first show of This Is My Brave.
But what I love about This Is My Brave is that it brings so many different people together. It's such a diverse community of people who have something in common, a mental illness.
When I think of This Is My Brave, I think of hope, and I think that storytelling really does save lives. And if I can get through it, and if someone else can get through it, you can get through it too.
It's scary to bare your soul like that and to let people you don't know your deepest, darkest secrets, and to let them know how you've struggled with mental illness and depression. But I think part of getting past it is being courageous enough to do something like that so you can move forward.
It is not easy to get on a stage and tell your story, especially when your story involves mental illness, but I have watched hundreds of people do it. And it's life-changing, it's empowering, it's inspiring, and that's what This Is My Brave is all about.
I really believe that if you look back across history and see these moments where we've completely shifted, there's been a really big change in the culture, it all started with people just telling their stories and sharing their truth.
When they take that step and find the courage, they are so pleasantly surprised to find the outpouring of support the same way I did back when I started This Is My Brave.
But I think the more you hear people's stories, the more you can empathize with them, relate to them, see where they're coming from, and hopefully have a better understanding of their experiences.
The experience changed my life in that I still have a ways to go, but I think I'm more open and more accepting of my mental illness, which is so important.
When I got up there and I started to talk, it was like, no, this is why you do this. This is exactly why you share. This is why this is important. And afterwards, strangers come up to you who have somehow been impacted by your story, have somehow been touched by the words that you said. And there's nothing that can, there's nothing that can make you more confident about your struggle and thriving in your struggle than when an absolute stranger says thank you.
It's really changed my life in the way that I don't feel that I'm alone in this anymore. I feel that I'm just surrounded by people who are willing to continue telling their stories with me, and that gives me more courage to continue doing the work and to continue putting one foot in front of the other.
I wrote a letter actually to This Is My Brave, and I likened mental illness and depression to being in a tunnel. And when you're in a tunnel, the deeper you go, the darker it gets. And after a while, it feels like it's closing in on you, and there's no hope. But right on cue, you see a faint light, you know, at the end of the tunnel. And it lets you know that there's hope. And I think that's what This Is My Brave offers people. It lets them know that they're not alone. You know, they really are. I liken them to a faint light at the end of a tunnel, you know, that lets people know people hear you, people understand you, and people are willing to help you.